Good morning, everybody. We're going to continue the week of reviews with another Graham Nash review. This time we're going to give the Evening with Graham Nash DVD a full review. We touched on it when we reviewed the This Past Night record. This was included in the This Past Tonight record, and he was on tour for This Past Night in 2015. And this show was actually performed either right before mine or like a day before mine or a day after. I think it was a day after. But I was blown out and emotional at the same time by this show. He did a lot of songs that I had never seen him do live before, like Margarita and Taking It All, but one of my absolute favorites, and I think I touched on this in the This Past Night review, was King Midas in Reverse. And when I heard that he was going to release this as part of the This Past Night package, I was super excited because, number one, I would finally have a video version of King Midas in Reverse, and number two, I thought it was cool to be able to have a record of the show that I saw, even though it was not from my home, not from my city. By the way, this was recorded in St. Louis, and another interesting part of this show is that during Wind on the Water, there was just darkness, whereas in the past, he or David or Graham or when CSN would do it, they would have footage that the Cousteau Society had put together expressly for the purpose for them to play during the critical mass section of Wind on the Water. And I was kind of surprised that he didn't have the video footage. But I love this show. And and he also did Bus Stop, Just a Song Before I Go, Marrakesh Express, and Military Madness. But what makes it extra special is that he told the stories behind the majority of songs, because I think this was right around the time his book Wild Tales was getting ready to come out. And by the way, I'm going to put a link up in the cards to our book review of Wild Tales if you want to check that out. And so I think that's why he was telling some of the stories behind the songs. And the reason I said it was somewhat emotional for me to watch this show is that him and Uncle and David weren't on good terms at this point, and it was hard for me to see somebody else singing David's parts, especially on the Crosby and Nash songs like um, Margarita and Wind on the Water. Um, of course, now at this time, I didn't know that David would not survive very much longer, even though this was in 2015. He died in 2023, but it was emotional for me to know that David and Graham would not be able to patch things up before he passed away. And by the way, this was released on April 15th, tax day of 2016. I hope you enjoy it. I give this 5 stars. To my knowledge, all editions of the record, including the deluxe edition, were released simultaneously. Shot and produced by Annenberg, audio and video and photos taken from the YouTube Music Library and WeVideo, screen grab taken directly from DVD source, screen recording taken from Setlist FM, additional photos taken from Google Images. Achieved using iPicky.com.